but currently I would expect both of them to take teleport so that they can play into that 1-3-1. And it looks like Cloud9 do want to answer it, want to get casted
Clearing the ward.
Playing it very smart. Takes the hit from Jensen.
Waiting.
He thinks he's safe.
And here comes Contracts with the ulti. Gets himself forward. Flash is up. That's Ryu's flash as well.
He is really showing here, and a lot of the setup. Uh-oh, Shady!
One more
It's a
shot.
bait.
Shady stays alive. End of the line's not going to hit. Sneaky takes the forward with the Mystic Shot, and he is going to take the kill. Ryu's just over the side to teleport in. Does the play count? And things start to pop off for P1.
They take down the bottom lane, and now they could actually answer this, as well as the first blood on the turn in Jensen
Double
now.
tether.
Oh, more Jane's collateral damage coming over the shoulder of his teammates as Anori picks up a kill for the work.
Block able to get out pretty easily so far.
Look at that damage.
Shane back. He doesn't have a chance.
Not so easy.
Contract.
So far, this is where it's getting hard.
Still have the Stand United as well. If someone does get picked.
There's one hit. Anori over the wall to put himself in between, but it's not enough. Jensen's able to clear the damage necessary, and now they find Arrow waiting to hop over the wall. There's the one they were looking for. Shady down.
And in the end, they do it without the Ash Arrow, so they still have the opportunity to try and nail someone if anyone comes to contest this Baron.
Point.
This goes so scary for Phoenix1 at the moment, and they might...
Zig would have a pretty big part to play here. He's got to hit the right people, but then he puts himself in the Baron pit. He only goes for Sneaky to stop some of the 80 damage. Ryu tries to get in, bounced out, put in by the team, and he takes Baron damage going down to Jensen. Now they're onto Anori, and that's the arrow you were saying, Kobe. They still had to continue the fight, and now the Baron.
Now, what a disaster for Phoenix1 and Cloud9. The veteran squad here get a single pick and blow the game open.
Exactly. I love how you talk about the veteran squad, because Shady, that was definitely too far forward. He's checking, but at the same time, he gets caught out.
Cool down and wanted to set Jensen up. Here comes a little bit later.
Teleport to keep the minion alive. Look at all that damage on the turret. It's going to go down.
Now into Zig. Zig with the Guardian Angel is going to come up, but like I said, that slow prevents
Arrow
one to get everything they want. There's more slow, there's more lockup, and there's the deletion of Arrow as C9 is inside the base. What a patient game from both teams as it opens up around 30 minutes. Baron's all that Cloud9 needed. Get it in front of the turret. Danyas in the last two backs is going to keep him alive. That's the shield necessary coming in from Smoothie in the bot lane. And they're going to be going for the Nexus turrets. 34 minutes in, Cloud9 break the base, and Cloud9 follow into the Nexus to take game one.
What a game. And Cloud9 showing the importance of vision control.
We couldn't engage. How about every lane can engage now?
Also, I'm very, very curious to see where the top lane lane priority.
Why? Right here, Arrow.
Same play.
Flash.
Deja vu for the bot lane. Contracts comes in for the same play.
Oh, never mind. And Ori looking to pick Smoothie.
The guy with no flash either.
Wild growth. He didn't really get too much onto Anori there, and Ryu's going to be able to get in for a little bit of help. They kill Smoothie down, and Anori starts off a kill for himself. You guys said once the jungler does something, the other one has to respond, and Anori did just that.
Ryu?
Shockwave onto Ryu, almost gets taken down as he's pulling in Anori for the fight. If they weren't able to get enough damage, that's going to be the from downtown. Contracts with the collateral damage.
I was going to say.
Coming from Contracts.
They're trading a whole bunch, and Contracts, this is like a moth to a flame here. A jungler to a gank.
Oh, why not? If there's trades, you got to bring a partner. Three's the crowd now for Zig in the top side. Scarl's out, and I think this is the first time Zig will be two.
Finally, a jungler goes to this top lane that we've been seeing.
And it looks like they're going to feel confident towards the bot lane. Chain of Corruption goes down. Contracts is going to be to Nori first. Teleport comes in. And Arrow's going to be the one locked down. Ray just has everyone in the party zone. Anori's going to get next. And Zig could be the triple. Gets this over the wall. Command Shockwave's not going to do too much as Contract stays alive.
Maybe Ray is going to be the target.
Got 4 people on him.
What will the team be able to get out of this, though? This is the is-it-worth situation. Clearing from Ryu in the mid side may be enough to stall C9.
They should try in.
Oh, trying to catch C9 as they're split, looking for a play.
Who do they want? They are actually quite split. Contracts is going to be first to make sure his damage does not come through. Ray to the back so he can get with his team.
I got that was game 1, so that was a huge vision warp. Look at that. Shockwave only on Ray.
Chain of Corruption's onto Ray. He may have to take the fight to save the rest of the team, and he may go, there he is, towards the back line. Now the Arrow can consider what can happen. They call the audible, decide to go back in. And collateral damage does not do too much to the back line.
Really don't want to commit to that.
Ray does have teleport when he revives, though.
Oh, Jensen. Zonia at the shockwave.
Oh, instantly deleted, though. Gets the damage off onto Arrow. There weren't enough on the ground to do the damage he wanted. The remount doesn't happen. Contract picks up the kill 1-for-1 in both damage dealers from the team. Contract's now trying to do solo work. He gets the kill. A double kill onto Ryu now. Now they're looking for Arrow. Ray's coming in. The flag and drag close. The ultimate's down and almost up if they can continue the long fight. A triple kill from Contract. Looking for the quadra. A quadra kill. And Sneaky takes the last one to clean it up. A full ace coming in for Cloud9.
Is an absolute beast. Completely just pulling Cloud9 back into this game after Jensen goes down. My goodness.
He's been doing some sick screening. He has 100% kill participation and a quadra to top it off, and that's going to be the game.
Absolutely ridiculous. This man just regurgitates highlight reels left and right. They're inside the base. It's only game 2, and we can still go to 5, but Cloud9 is making a hell of a fight for 3 games.
Match point for Cloud9 to move on to Vancouver Finals.
This is definitely a composition that's in Cloud9's wheelhouse, and Phoenix1, the pressure is on.
Oh yeah, and the 1-3-1, even if Cloud9, hold on, hits Ryu.
They're gonna find him. That could be first blood. Parallel Convergence would have had him locked down. Remember, the flash was blown just earlier, so they make sure they tag onto that mid lane again.
Again, Contracts and Jensen are gonna make
losing matchups. He's still almost around that 10 per minute mark.
Oh, gets locked up.
Let's see he's feeling here. Chrono breaks back. Repel is up, and now they might have Meteos. That flash is down. They didn't have enough forward vision in the right spot to see that coming back.
And more of the options. Meanwhile, Sneaky gets flashed on.
Where's the R?
Stun going hard. There's a piercing arrow through. Hail of arrows, and the last auto from Stun is going to pick that up.
Currently, though, a lot of attention top lane.
Impact, hidden in the bush. He does this all the time, and Zig flashing out.
A little bit of separation in the terrain to try and stop Contracts, but he's got the movement speed. The long-range toss and Impact reels him in for the kill.
Hey, that's actually that arrow. Okie-doke.
This arrow, I was wondering which arrow you meant.
Wow.
This arrow is going to be the one that becomes important. 1-0-1 mid lane for C9.
Yeah, you don't expect that at all. What are they available from Sneaky? Hit Stun.
Oh, he tried to back up. The team will look to help him. Jensen's going to go in a 2v1 situation. Stun's exploded by Contracts on the rest of the team. Now they're on to Meteos in the back line. P1 can't even get the staggered fight on different members. It's Cloud9 coming up with the fight for themselves with 3 kills. Mid and bot turret, but in no way, shape, or forms are there waves or members ready to make that play. Chain of Corruption does slow it down, but Impact's already out, and Impact is already locking more down. There's the kill to start off the fight. Contract's low, he goes down to the Cataclysm, and now the fight continues. Depth charge back to Ryu. Zig, one shot from going down, and Sneaky sneaks one in to pick that up for himself. Stunt follows through, and now Ryu's gonna have to hide, find safety under the turret or solace on the fountain, because nothing outside the base is
hook!
There it is from Impact, another long-range hook, the follow-up kill to come through, and Jensen picks up another one, too.
Proto Belt coming through here. He had the Kindle Gem, but look at this Ryu, gonna get stunned.
Parallel Convergence locks him down. That means the team has to scatter even more. Bot turret's gonna fall, a little bit of a fight.
They're 4v5. Yeah.
Almost a go for broke moment. Meteos gets hit. Somebody that can get out of the situation, but once he falls, he is the target and instantly hit up by Contracts. Zig, a flag and drag out of the pit. No follow there. C9's happy with one, and they'll look for
the Drake, but of course, it is going to be at the cost of a ton of pressure around Baron. There is maybe that Hail Mary play where Phoenix1 feel like they're losing this game so heavily that they have to make a super risky play.
They have the AoE.
But honestly, the steal is so low chance because it doesn't even come from a smite. It would have to be somebody throwing a long-range ability in there.
And they did this in game 1. If it's 4, you don't even have to go for the 50-50. Just turn on them, go for the fight. Jensen there tries to zone a bit.
Sun actually doesn't even throw the ult on. He throws in a root, and nobody really gets taken.
All right, here we go. A ring around the rosy.
Oh, Jensen with the explosion onto Arrow. That means the DPS is gone.
It's too graphic for the NALCS. Yeah. Can't watch that.
In the blink
look there. Oh no, we can't look anywhere. They're all dying.
can't show that on the screen. 6 timers here. So Cloud9 also has to be careful going into the base, but they throw that to the wayside. Careful is not in the book.
Cloud9 determined to get their spot in the finals, and Phoenix1 will get their chance in the 3rd place match. Still such an upward trajectory for that team.
Each game more dominating than the last, more control. Even with the switch to the top lane, Phoenix1 trying to pull out all the stops as well. With Meteos and Stunt, but Cloud9 persevere, come out strong, finish at the end of the split strong, and they will be looking for the finals in Vancouver.
A 25-minute victory.
Place your bets on more than 15 esports games. Deposit and withdraw easily using many worldwide payment methods. Place your bets live while enjoying the game. We offer 24/7 support and bonuses for every new user. Bet now on arcanebet.com.
From Cloud9 over the 3rd place team from the regular season, that was a shellacking.
Absolutely amazing play for Cloud9. A 3-0 as they head to Vancouver for the finals, and definitely a game to watch for whoever their opponents are. We'll find out tomorrow. But like you said, shellacking as they came out very strong and found a groove each game, which makes it that much more dangerous when you know you're going to be in a best of 5 against these guys.
That's what you want to see going into the finals. You want to see a 3-0 from a team that wants to take the title. Cloud9, they've been flexing around that top lane. They've been working with so many different strategies, so many different diverse picks, that what really matters is winning, being the champions again with this lineup, and trying to make it to the mid-season invitational.
Smiles all around from the C9 squad. Almost all around.
Oh, that is awesome. The camaraderie between these teams as well. The top laners finishing off the handshakes. As these two men, you just saw Contracts, Jensen, the rest of the team behind them, but those dive buddies, Jensen and Contracts, really playing to each other's synergies and complementing each other very well this series.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that I was really looking at is Jensen, he's played really well. He's had great laning statistics, but at the same time, he brought in a rookie to be alongside him, was able to kind of groom him to be more towards his style in the mid lane. And that was something that's always kind of plagued Cloud9 mid laners and junglers, is they haven't always gotten along, but this seems to be a good combo.
As well, there seems to have been a change since Reaper stepped into the mix for the team. We heard when he came in, or even heard today from Captain Flowers, that Dash. The philosophy was kind of learning what the players wanted, understanding what the players wanted. But we also heard when he came in, this communication is a little mishap. So there were changes he did make to that team to make them
definitely one of their main strengths now.
Exactly.
You know, the warding especially, almost always at least 2 members really fighting around that mid lane to keep up that vision for Jensen, for his lane phase, and also get all these picks to start out their snowball.
Yeah, I thought it was really well played from Cloud9. What? What was that? Oh.
At the end of the game, I would have gone crazy.
But yeah, so Jensen actually went crazy for pretty much that whole series. Yeah. We talked about Ryu being a big strength for P1 up against Dignitas. That was not seen at all today. They shut him down. Didn't matter if he had Meteos. Didn't matter if he had an Ori next to him. Just vision control. Yep. And Cloud9 playing around mid. And coming out of that, we saw Zig at the end there kind of going, you know, smiles on their faces. What a change. He's going to Canada
What
anyway.
A change for the organization, right?
Exactly.
So much this year that they were able to topple.
Feels better than relegation. I will say that for sure. Feels way better than promotion tournament where Zig had been last split around that time in playoffs. Now he's played in playoffs. Not really the best showing there for the team, but they will have that 3rd, 4th place match in Vancouver, so he'll be able to play in Canada where he's from. That's
what I wanted to hit on, is there were definitely some flaws there. A week now to kind of look at those and see what they can patch up, because we saw P1 getting some of the champions that they wanted in Champion Select, and it still wasn't coming to fruition for them. So right now we're going to go head to stage side where Captain Flowers has an interview with Cloud9's mid laner.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am here with Jensen, who, along with his team, has just secured his spot in the North American LCS 2017 Spring Split Finals. How does that feel?
It feels good to be back in the finals, so hopefully this time around we can actually take it.
Now, last week we saw Phoenix1 and we saw Ryu specifically make some big plays for that team to get themselves here to the game that they just played against you guys. Was there anything in particular about that matchup, specifically the mid lane matchup, that you were thinking to really show this is what it's like to play against some of the top tier talent in mid lane and prove your dominance there?
Sort of. I don't think Dig players are bad. I just think they had problems with working together as a team. So I think P1 looked very dominant against them, but I think against us, I definitely felt like we were the favorites by far. So not really too worried here.
Now, speaking of you guys as a team, how well you work together, if we go back in time a little bit, take a step back towards what we saw in Toronto, the loss there was hard for you. How do you feel about Cloud9 right now as a team? Do you feel like this is a squad that has improved enough to take home the championship here in spring 2017?
I think we're still a fairly new team, but I think we're definitely a really, really good team as well. Not really sure if I feel like we are much stronger than we were that split, because, like I said, we're still a fairly new team, but I think we can do it. But at the same time, I think it's going to be really hard because, I mean, there's still Fly versus TSM, but I expect TSM to win that series, and I think TSM is looking really good right now, so it'll be hard for sure.
It'll be hard for sure, but the Cloud9 shot at redemption and revenge against TSM, or potentially even FlyQuest, depends on who goes there, could be very real. Thank you very much, Jensen. Best of luck to you and the rest of Cloud9 going on to the finals next week. And now we're going to toss things back to the analyst desk to see what they make of the series.
Thank you very much, Mr. Flowers. I'm demoting you here. You're no longer the captain just because I said so. I feel like smack talking today. 3-0 though, Cloud9, solid game, and honestly, I would say a more one-sided match than we thought. Game 3, about as snowball as the others. Contracts popping off as usual.
Yeah, I think that in general, it felt like P1 never really got off the ground in this series. They never really had like a good opportunity to win the series, or even any of the individual games. There was never a time where any of their players were dominating. It just felt like it was all C9.
This game was one where I was like, oh, it's going off to a good start. You got Meteos doing the very specific small Raptor camp into Blue Buff invade, and they stole a little bit of the enemy Raptor camp. So I was like, wow, dude, they got something good going. And then
when they stole one jungle camp, that was their best.
That is a good start, though.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
I mean, the series was getting out jungled, and it's like Inori's constantly losing pressure to contracts. So hey, maybe
Meteos gets a unique level 1, and then was able to pull ahead the enemy jungler early, doing like a proactive invade. I thought, it looked okay at minute 3. And then, maybe like toward minute
until you're losing, right?
Yeah, toward minute 9, I was like, okay, maybe it looks kind of bad. And then like minute 17, I was like, oh, they just got 3 for 0 or something like that, and to like a 5 for 1, and then they lose the game.
Yeah, I think Contracts really just deserves so much credit for this series. Like, he looked good in all 3 games. I think he was the better jungler in all 3 games. I have even been someone to levy some criticism towards him. I think that, like, while he has been a good player, he has not been a great player, and I think he has been, one of the lower performers on Cloud9, but today that was certainly not true. And, like, most people are assuming TSM will go to the finals. Most people are assuming in either of those matchups that he would have to perform exceptionally well, and I think that if he could perform against whoever they play in the finals on this level, then C9 would have a really good chance there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Cloud9 has been, and it's funny because I think for most people power ranked Cloud9 above TSM, that pound for pound their players are overall better. And if they are playing on this form, maybe C9 gets back to that form. TSM obviously the #1 seed, now the favorite for the assumed final matchup, but going to be an interesting one to look at regardless. Now, with some great performances from C9 as a whole, we still want to recognize the one person in particular who we thought ensured his team spot in finals the best, and it is the rookie of the split in Contracts. A shock to many coming into the match, but after seeing these games, I think no surprise at all. Contracts performed so much better than he had from the regular season.
And like I said, this is such a unique thing for his team. Like, he makes sure that they get out of lane phase. They have such good laners, and he's there to make sure action happens. And at the very beginning of the split, maybe he wasn't as consistent as he was now, and every single game he's making sure that, like, they get out of lane phase, he starts to kill the ganks off. In the second game, 100% kill participation. Like, what else do you have to say aside from that?
Yeah, I mean, and it's really exciting because this really is the new era of Cloud9. Everyone thinks of Cloud9 as a dominant organization, but it's been since, you said spring of 2014, I believe.
Thursday is their 3-year anniversary of actually winning a split.
Yeah, so it's been a long time. And I mean, Jensen came in, he has not won a split. Smoothie is a new up-and-comer. Contracts is a new up-and-comer. They, like, even Ray is newer to the league, right? There's a lot of guys on this roster that have not won a championship and are very hungry to get one. And I think that the way that they performed today was giving them a good chance.
Yeah, and I was really surprised when you guys told me that. Like when they were awarding, when Jensen was like, "I'd like to win a championship," I even asked these guys on the desk, like, "Wait, he hasn't won one?" I look at him and I look at players like Impact. I'm like, these players are like near world-class level, and they have not ever taken home the trophy. It's going to be a good playoff.
Impact got one trophy.
Yeah,
you got
a couple.
You got a world champion over
He got a pretty good one. You're right. But what about the North American trophy?
Yeah, he's never done it. Neither is Faker.
Exactly. He doesn't have a North American LCS championship. He has that participation ribbon, which is the World Championship, but
not as good.
Not as good.
A little bit worse.
Yeah, until you win a tournament in Canada, it doesn't count. Yeah. That's what it comes down to, is I'm on your side with this one. Yeah, but honestly, a well-played match by C9. I think they are definitely in form heading into the finals. Phoenix1 will be into the third place match, and you know, kind of some quick thoughts on what they got to do for the next week of practice, essentially.
I mean, I think you have to really decide, like, what is your 5-man roster? What are you going with? And if you are making subs back and forth, why are you making them? You know, a lot of people theorize, okay, Shady, they're bringing him in because of his different champion pool. You're going to have the guy play Vel'Koz. You're going to have the guy play Brand, right? That makes a lot of sense. If he's just coming in to play the same champions as Stunt, but then you're also subbing Stunt in, it's like, you know, what is the reasoning here? I think that's something that they really need to gain some confidence in and kind of restabilize. But then also, they have to realize that they have crushed everyone except C9 and TSM recently. And you know, if TSM goes to the finals, then they're playing FlyQuest.
Yeah, and you expect them to win that one and take the top 3, and that'd be nice for them. Any final thoughts, Skara?
No, I just think that C9's a great team, and it's like that P1 and C9 both want to do the same thing. They want to get the team fights mid-late game and trust in their carries, and just C9's just better at being able to do it.
Yeah, they got the carries online a bit sooner. So that's going to do it for us here. Cloud9 have earned their spot into the 2017 Spring LCS Finals, and that's almost all we have left to do. We've got to figure out who is left to face them, and that will be determined tomorrow with FlyQuest taking on TSM. The loser of that match will again face Phoenix1 in the battle for third. And that match, the third place match, will be Saturday, April 22nd, also in Canada up in BC.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the FlyQuest TSM one, even though TSM is heavily favored. I mean, Lemonation talking about 3 matches and you're a god, right? They took down CLG. If they could beat TSM, that would be a pretty historic run to the finals, where then they would be playing against C9, and it's like old C9 versus new C9 would be pretty cool.
I've learned throughout the years not to bet against High. Like, at the very least, I'll give them 1 game. And I think that it's crazy to think that that could be a series where it could be a closer series than the series we saw today. Like, I would never have said that coming into playoffs. I thought FlyQuest kind of snuck in there at the very tail end. But after they beat CLG and reverse swept them, now you got to have at least a little bit of faith.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that happens. Of course, it's going to be a very fun one to watch for. Plenty of exciting matches still to come as we just wait to see what the last match is going to be. We're down to the final 3 matches of the North American LCS split.
And we're getting closer and closer to finding out, you know, who is going to go to MSI, right? And I mean, for me, that's always a very exciting time. Not to get too far ahead of myself, but you know, CLG last year, that was the best NA has ever performed at MSI. So I do hope that whoever goes is on point and can put up a good performance.
Yeah, and honestly, I trust most of the teams that are going. All the teams that are going. I don't want to throw any teams under the bus there. I trust all the teams that are going, and I hope to see some really good performances out of them. But that's pretty far in the future. Like, I'm just here to watch games tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think globally we have, you know, some really good teams going overall. In North America, it's down to Cloud9, TSM, FlyQuest. If FlyQuest play well enough to beat both those teams, like, that's a really good team no matter what. But like, C9 looks super sharp today. TSM, we know, always does well in play. If they've never missed a final, and you know, if they can keep their international performance actually going well. G2 looked pretty good today, and in Korea you've got like the telecom wars, like SKT, KT, those teams are insane as well, and MSI looks to be a really exciting tournament in the near future.
I think for TSM, you know, they're a team that would be very hungry, not only to redeem themselves, you know, like regionally after last year's Worlds performance, but also to have a good international performance. So they definitely have their eyes set on MSI, on getting all the way to the finals, and we'll see if they can actually pull that off.
The last best domestic NA performance was at MSI. And
that's
maybe
true.
we can repeat that performance this time around.
You know, it is interesting, actually. It feels like the midseason invitational has consistently been the tournament of interesting situations. Like a couple years ago, it was China actually beat Korea. Like someone finally dethroned Korea in a major event. Edward Gaming taking on SKT. CLG made it to top 2. Somehow, like G2 was supposed to be top 2 and didn't make it out of groups. Like crazy things happen. And it's not to be EU fault, but like the crazy things happen at MSI, right? And then we had like Albus Nox make top 8 at Worlds. Like it's been increasingly interesting watching international competition in League of Legends. We'll see what's going to be in store for us here at the midseason invitational. But for now, of course, it's all about the NALCS. That's going to do it for us here. And on behalf of myself, the casters, our analysts, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow for TSM FlyQuest.